Hey everyone, so if you saw my community tab a few days ago, you saw that I got a brand new fragrance in, one that is not even out yet, not even announced, and pretty much nobody has it. So this is going to be a first look, first impression of Tom Ford's Electric Cherry. So without further ado, let's get it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, for those of you who don't know, because we probably have some ladies joining into today's video, since we usually talk about men's fragrances, but today is a unisex fragrance from an unreleased line of the private blend by Tom Ford. Today we're going to be talking about Tom Ford's Electric Cherry that I got as an early Christmas gift from my Tom Ford sugar mama. So with that said, before I get into it, always subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Very easy. As well as if you want my videos sooner, consider hitting the bell and following me on Instagram and TikTok. If you don't, I'll hunt you down. But anyway, Merry Christmas. I almost said Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas, Harry. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys. It's Christmas Eve today. I know I'm a little bit early, but everybody always does more of their partying on Christmas Eve, so be safe. It's going to be really cold outside. Make sure that you guys get some good presents, good fragrances, whatever it might be. And let's get into it. So again, we had two new releases. That one was supposed to be out December 3rd, but the release date was pushed back. I don't know when. This is Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke. My review I will put up there so that you guys can check it out if you want to. I love it. It's much better than Lost Cherry. I like Lost Cherry, and I love this. It's a realistic cherry. It's darker. It's deeper. It has this smokiness and depth. And then you also do get some woodiness. That oud comes in, but it's more of a just like a deeper, darker woods with that smoke. And then as it dries down, it sweetens up just a bit when you see that Lost Cherry DNA just slightly kick in there. But for the most part, it is much better. Really good. Much more wearable. Unisex leaning masculine. So, I got this today about an hour ago. And I wanted to do my first impressions. And so I got this from my Tom Ford sugar mama. Don't ask me. I'm not telling you who she is. She told me not to. And so this is, again, Tom Ford's Electric Cherry. She already opened it. I allowed her to open it to test it out herself. And she sent it to me. And I can tell you that I have yet to spray it. And I am very excited to. What am I expecting from this? Well, I'm expecting, since Tom Ford's Cherry Smoke was more of a deeper, darker fall and winter unisex leaning masculine, I'm expecting, especially because of the color and the name, for it to be a more like fizzy, effervescent, spring and summer, unisex leaning feminine version of the Lost Cherry DNA. But I guess we will see what that brings. I'll spray it on my hand. I already sprayed Cherry Smoke on my left hand, so we could get a little bit of a comparison going on here as well. But I can already smell that. Let's talk about the look of it first. So it's like a red nail polish. You have the original Lost Cherry, which I don't have the full bottle of. I just ran out like 3 or 4 months ago. I'm going to pick it up soon. But I knew that these were coming out, so I wanted to get them first. So anyway, it's like a lighter, almost like a red lipstick or a red nail polish. Then you have this one, which is like your maroon purplish looking red. And then you have your Lost Cherry, which is kind of like your neutral red. Other than that, it's the really nice, sleek, simple Tom Ford bottles, which are probably my favorite. I love the way they look in a collection. So now let's tell you about the fragrance. There is no notes that I can tell you. There's nothing online. This is all going to be straight shooting. Some of them might be wrong. Some of them might be right. I'm just going to give you a straight shoot from whatever I get. Again, this is my first impression. In a week, I will tell you a little bit more. Okay. So Cherry Smoke, they are nothing alike. Absolutely nothing alike. I am absolutely shocked at what I'm smelling right now. So in the opening, it's really confusing because it's cherry. It's electric cherry. And you do get some cherry, but it's really dialed down here. So what, kind of like in Cherry Smoke, the cherry is underneath that woods in the opening. Here, it's underneath citrus. You get like a rindy grapefruit and a rindy mandarin orange or a rindy orange. Kind of reminds me, if you've tried Atelier, Orange Sanguine, or Pomelo Paradis. It's that type of like rindy citrus. Really nice spring and summertime citrus. Effervescent. Brighter, much brighter than Lost Cherry. Then there's that cherry underneath, but it's not the cherry from Lost Cherry. It's more of the cherry from this, or kind of in the middle of the two. It's not the synthetic cherry from Lost Cherry or the realistic cherry from this. It's kind of like a mix of the two. A little bit synthetic, a little bit realistic. And that's floating underneath with a little bit of musk and almost like a little touch of florals. I would say maybe like an orange blossom or something like that. Not what I was expecting at all. This is definitely a spring and summer version of the cherry DNA. I'm interested to see how this changes though, because right here in the opening, it's a must buy. I absolutely love it. I think it's definitely number 2. Just going, I would say cherry smoke, then this, then Lost Cherry, because you have one for both types of seasons. But the way that they mixed in this grapefruit and this orange and a little bit of that floral underneath with that cherry still meshing in there but not being too powerful or synthetic, it is really nice here. I'm interested to see how it changes. I'm going to let it dry down for about 20 minutes, let you guys know what I get from it. Also, compare it to Cherry Smoke, and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back with Tom Ford's Electric Cherry, and now we're going to tell you how it's changed. So surprisingly, it's changed a lot. So after about 10 to 15 minutes, you can tell that the citruses start to dissipate. Then, like I told you, there was a little bit of that florally undertone. Well, that florally undertone really pulls up, and it can tell you if you've ever smelled the Soleil line, so Soleil Blanc, or especially Soleil Neige, the Neige, I think it's called Neige. If you've tried Soleil Neige, the dry down here smells identical to that with cherry instead of like that coconut or vanilla or whatever. So it has a very white floral feel in the dry down, much more feminine. Unisex, so in the opening it was unisex, just right in the middle. So Cherry Smoke is unisex masculine. In the opening of this, it was right in the middle of unisex. Really beautiful. About 20 minutes, it turned more into a feminine, unisex leaning feminine. While it's still wearable, excuse me, while it's still wearable, so if you're a man that likes the Soleil Blanc or Soleil Neige, that white floral, so you can definitely tell there's a mix here. There's that cherry, but the cherry is underneath it. Then there's like a jasmine, a mix of some type of like white florals like you would get from the Soleil line. And then also you do get some like, I don't know, like labdanum or something going on here. Again, then you get some musks. Overall, the opening is much more my style. The dry down, I'm not quite sure on right now. I'll have to let you guys know in the full review. I don't want to keep you guys here all day, but overall, the opening, again, it's that citrus with the cherry, some undertone of a little tiny bit of floral, but overall, it's a really nice spring and summer fragrance. Really nice take on the Lost Cherry DNA. If you do like white florals, especially Soleil Neige or the Soleil Blanc, if you don't know what Neige smells like, those white florals, again, the jasmines, there's definitely jasmine and like orange blossom, maybe some labdanum, all mixing together again with that musk and then a little undertone of cherry. But it's definitely floral heavy. Floral heavy dry down with that cherry. Takes a little bit to get there. Don't judge it by the opening if you do end up smelling it in the store. Overall, I think it is a really nice release. For women, this is going to definitely be more up your aisle. For men, it's going to be selective depending on if you like, again, the white florals from Soleil Neige, which I actually do. My wife doesn't know. She said that she likes it, but she doesn't know if she likes it on me. So with that said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to end up doing with this. Giving it to my wife, trading it in for Lost Cherry. I don't know. It smells great. I would love to smell it. I just don't know if I'd love to smell it on myself. If that opening stayed, it would be a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. The opening with that rindy citrus, which you guys know I don't really like rindy citrus, but the way it's done here, there's a little bit of musk underneath. There's a little bit of like a cashmere woodiness that gives like an effervescent pop to it. Really nice. So overall, citrus, cherry, musky, a little bit almost like a creaminess to it, but then those white florals come in, and then you also do get that cherry underneath. But the cherry is never a main player in this fragrance. But overall, it's good. It's definitely one that you should try. Cherry Smoke. I know Tom Fords are never blind buy material, but if you want a blind buy, this is the best Tom Ford that is out there. Cherry Smoke is the best Tom Ford fragrance out there. For women, they might like this more. I don't know, but I love this. It's just this one, the opening. If you like spring and summer, if you like the Rhiny citrus, you like the cherry idea, try it out. Just don't blind buy it. But outside of that, thank you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed this. Remember, I'll be back with another video for this, a full review next week. So make sure to look out for that, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.